I was screen recording it on my other phone so I could post it up for tomorrow. And I allowed the phone to die and it erased the entire recording. Fuck this other phone. But at the same time, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. No, it's true. You know what it is, man. Like, you know what it is, but hey, no, you gotta laugh at that shit. You gotta laugh, but I really don't feel like laughing because I knew that was gonna happen. So I'm actually very mad at myself because the way I'm charging it right now, I could have charged it 2 minutes early and it would have been straight. You know what I'm saying? So progress. And they gotta make some more progress. Still working on it. I'm still a work in progress. You feel me? But it's all the same, man. The way that we treat one thing is the way that we treat everything. If you allow a person to deplete you in this area of life, you're going to constantly allow somebody to fill that position, even if you separate from that person. How many times you got a friend, a homeboy, homegirl, they're in a toxic relationship, they break up with the person they're in a relationship with, and in a few weeks, a few months later, they're with another person, and that person do the same shit the first person did. You like, what the fuck? And then they try to explain to you how they got a type, how they keep going for the type. You know what I'm saying? And then they try to laugh that they toxic. Oh my God, that's so toxic. And you laughing about that shit like that ain't gonna ruin your motherfucking life. Like, do you care about your life? Now, like, yo, you know you can have a good life as long as you like cut some of this stupid shit out, right? You know you can have a great life without none of that drama, right? Like none of that shit. Some people don't entertain none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can have an extraordinary life where you can actually be spending your time doing something constructive instead of cleaning up your own mess or somebody else's mess around you, right? You can have a great life, bro. We see it all the time. There are a lot of really successful people, and not just successful in terms of money, but really happy people who are not entertaining, not condoning no kind of bullshit in their life. You come with that bullshit, you are getting evacuated immediately. Yo, move. Nah, I can't hang with you. Why? Because you tripping. You come with friction, you come with negativity, you come with complaints and comparisons. We can't have that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anybody who got them two C's in their vocabulary. Complaints or comparisons, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go, man, because all you're gonna do is make me feel either depressed about my life because I'm next to you and you got all these complaints, the fuck I think I'm gonna talk about, or you gonna have me comparing myself to other people, setting up this false expectation of where I should be, and that's also gonna bring more depression upon me. You know what I'm saying? Like, who you chill with is very vital, man. You don't gotta cut people off in a way that's like violent or mean or crazy, but you gotta know when to separate yourself. And the best time to separate yourself from somebody is when you know they don't got nothing good coming up in their life, so you can already plan for what's about to happen in your life. You know what I'm saying? That's true. No, straight up. What up, me to P? Like, we got to make these decisions, man. These decisions are absolutely vital to our survival. You know what I'm saying? Like self-preservation. I can't remember who just said it. Like, self-preservation is the first law of nature. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. If I'm the kind of person that every time I get food, I give it to the next person, I'm going to starve and I'm going to die. You know what I'm saying? Why do they tell you to put your mask on in the airplane before someone else's? Why? Because the people who design this airplane are smart enough to know that a dead person can't help anybody. If you're dead, you can't help nobody. If you're choking and you can't breathe, you're not going to be a good person to help somebody. You ever see two people having an asthma attack and one asthma attack try to help the other asthma attack? Like, nah, nigga, y'all need somebody with a clear mind. What up, me to P? How you feeling? Like, y'all going to have a clear mind. Like, if I can't swim, it don't make no sense for me to jump in the ocean when you're drowning. Now 2 people gonna drown and die instead of 1, you know? And I'm not saying my life is more important than yours, but it just don't make sense. If I know how to swim, like I gotta learn how to swim before I can save anybody from drowning. I gotta learn how to swim before I can be a lifeguard. That's just the reality of the situation. Because if I don't know how to swim, but I jump up in there, we both gonna be flooding, we just gonna drown faster. I'm gonna be holding on to you, you gonna hold on to me, and we both gonna hit the bottom of the ocean like Jack in Titanic. And that don't make any sense. You feel me? The most important thing for us to do, man, is develop ourselves, develop our mind, develop our abilities so that we can be of use and we can be of service to other people. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite books is Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Waddle. Actually, no, I was about to say it was that, but it wasn't. It was not Think and Grow Rich. It was As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. That's one of my favorite books. And in it, he said, a strong man is like a shade-giving tree in the desert. And it's like, damn, bro, if you're in the desert, how important is a shade-giving tree? That should give you shelter, it gives you fruit, probably has water stuck in it somewhere. Like the shade-giving tree is life. So it's like, yo, I want to develop myself so I can be of service to the people I'm around. But at the same time, I understand that in me being of service, motherfuckers are going to take advantage. Like there's a lady who keep calling me, I don't know why my sister did. My sister gave my number to her son's grandma on the other side. Appreciate you, Mina P. Hold up. Appreciate you, Mina P. My sister gave my number to her son's grandma on the daddy side. The lady been calling me for like 3 days straight. I haven't answered none of her fucking calls. I know whatever she's talking about is irrelevant. I know she ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't feel no kind of way about not talking to this lady. You know what I'm saying? I know that she ain't got nothing for me. In terms of like life, I know that her son don't even want to deal with her. Nobody's dealing with her. Why the fuck would I deal with her? My sister said, yo, you gotta stop by her house and pick up something and bring it to me. It's an emergency. This shit wasn't no fucking emergency. But either way, I still went, picked it up. Lady tried to get me to take her to the store. Like, oh, you know, you think you can take me to the store? No, I can't, because I'm on a mission right now. I gotta go somewhere. Like, I didn't even want to come here to do this little ass favor for my sister, honestly. But you got people that will, like, because you become strong and because you become wise and because you become of service, motherfuckers want to stand next to you. You a 60-something-year-old lady. You know what I'm saying? I might help you cross the street, but I ain't gonna help you cross life. What the fuck going on? Nah, I won't. And I don't feel no kind of way about it because I know that as you level up, new level, new devil, and the devil deals in distractions. So nah, I'm off of that shit. I ain't got no time for it. Appreciate you, me and Pete. No distracted people distracted me. I ain't got no time for no confused people confusing me. I ain't got no time for none of this extracurricular activity that we find ourselves in. Yeah, I'm working on myself so I can be of service to the people in my life, but I want to be of service to people of service. You know what I'm saying? That way we can serve each other. You know what I'm saying? If I serve you and you serve me, we good. We learned that shit from Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1926. Black people were spending money with each other, buying products from each other, and they had a thriving economy. If I do for you, you do for me, we good. You still online. You already know, firefighter, we up in here. But I did say I wasn't gonna be on real live today. I did say that. I was like, man, I ain't about to be up on this shit all night. No, sir, I got other things to do. And look at me right now, but the combo's starting to get good and my people starting to show up. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them things. It's like, you know, you performing like I'm on my last song, but the crowd just got litter than ever. We about to run it back. Encore. Y'all ain't even asked for it. Black when you see crack. Yeah, man, like, you cannot allow yourself to be used by the people who are super comfortable using you. Like, of course I'm gonna want to use you. You talking about you nice, you pretty, you cool, you got, you know, a problem-solving mind, you got a good personality, you got resources I could tap into. Why would I not want to be around you? Why would I not want to be around you? KKKK, what up? Hi, how you doing? Sagittarius, what up? It's May, what's up? What you gotta do today? Me? I gotta put the stuff on the wall, man. I gotta put my graph up there, dog, because I ain't do that shit yet. What you gotta do? Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I'm still writing it out. Why are you nervous? I wouldn't say I'm nervous at all. Tired, maybe, but not nervous. Unless I am nervous. And what I'm doing right now is a front, and I'm trying to hide from myself. I'm going into deep psychology on some fucking bullshit. I'm playing with you. But the reality of the situation is this. That old lady been calling me for 4 fucking days, trying to get me to take her to the store or something like that. And I'm like, man, nah. Another reason why I'm not taking her nowhere is because my mama knew her. And when my mama was alive, my mama wasn't hanging with her. And my mama was a people person. If my mama ain't hanging with you, there's a good damn reason. I ain't hanging with you. Your son ain't hanging with you. I ain't hanging with you. My sister sent me to your house to come pick some shit up when she could have picked it up. I ain't hanging with you. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I do not understand English. I'm writing to you through a translator. Is that a bot? Y'all can tell me. I don't know. But yeah, man, like, you got to be the kind of person that, yeah, you constantly developing yourself, constantly moving forward, constantly lifting yourself up and lifting your people up, but at the same time, knowing to cut motherfuckers off. I just had this whole conversation with my homie. Me and him just did an event this weekend, a financial literacy event for entrepreneurs and artists in Miami. It was dope. I hosted it. It was live. We had a panel. Shit was dope. Beautiful girls, beautiful guys. Everything was lit. Miami was beautiful. Shows a vibe, right? And thank you, Mina P. I appreciate you for that. Mina P. But yeah, like, it was a great event. I hosted it. It was bomb. The venue was fucked up when we got there. The venue was shitty. My dog paid this guy $1,000 so we could run up and do this thing at this place at this time. It was terrible. And then by the end of it, the dude tried to call him and try to, like, get more money out of him. And when he called me, I'm like, yo, we got to call tomorrow. Like, literally, I have a call scheduled with this nigga tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And we going to organize this shit. Because I'm like, look, if you need me to talk to this venue owner and tell him that we ain't paying for none of that dumb shit he talking about, I'll do that. The venue owner try to call him and be like, oh, you owe us X amount of money for X amount of shit. Appreciate you, Mina P. Venue owner talking about, like, oh, you got to pay for this extra thing. And like, dog, if you want me to call this nigga, cuss him out, I will. You feel me? Because he playing with you right now. Like, But it's because my homie's a good person. My homie's such a good person, bro. You could say some outlandish shit to him, and because he's such a good person, he be trying to help everybody. He's gonna try to find a way to do that shit. Like, he gonna try to find a way to make that shit. I'm gonna find a way to find a way. I'm like, man, you better than me, bro, because I understand my quality, I understand my worth, and I understand resources are not endless. You got to be resourceful to have resources, and I'm not about to burn myself out to please no random ass whoever, gimme, whoever type of nigga this is. And I think that ended up being a conversation. We got another convo tomorrow to talk about it. But when you're a good person and when you build yourself up and when you're strong and you dedicated and you a problem solver and you handle your business, people will always try to stand around you, be around you, post up around you, hit you up, try to get your attention. Like, there's countless unanswered messages in my phone. I should probably answer all of them, but I'm not answering a lot of them shits. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't got time for each and every person that feels like they want to be around somebody, dog. When you start developing yourself, people want to hang around you for some reason. They feel like if you know how to turn your switch on, maybe you can help me turn my switch on too. And the reality is, yes, I can. But only when you already in the process of flipping the fucking switch. If you deep in the closet of your own mind and you ain't handling your business before you even get to me, bruh, I'm doing nothing right now. Now all you trying to do is put me into the same hole you in. Misery love company, and I ain't having that shit. That's why I ain't going and helping that fucking old lady out. All respect to old ladies, but I feel like, lady, if I'm going off intuition and discernment, you ain't got nothing going on that I should actually be a part of. And I'm not about to open up a bleeding heart and try to hang out with you. Nah, the answer to that is nah. Stop calling me. So if she call me again, I'm just telling her, like, I ain't got no time to hang out with you, lady. Like, the fuck you trying to hang out for? Or what is it that you need from me? You know what I'm saying? My sister found herself giving this lady my number, and now the lady's using and abusing it. Yo, you got me bent out of shape, lady. The answer is no. I ain't going over there for that shit. The old lady is killing me. Nah, the old lady got nerve, bro. Because a lot of people try to, like, even if it's an old lady, man, I'll be honest with an old lady too, bro. Like, nah, the answer is no, I can't do that. Why? Because I'm preoccupied. I didn't set up and design my life to just be whatever you need me to be for you. Nah, lady, that's what the fuck your life is for. You supposed to get that shit together, and I'm supposed to get this shit together. And if we both handle our business, we can be of service to each other. But if this is the kind of relationship where I'm just being of service to you, I'm headed towards a downward spiral because I'm going to end up depleted. Why? Because you're depositing something into something that can't deposit back. The laws of nature are universal, bro. That's why they're called universal laws. Like, this shit applies everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so easy, mutually beneficial. Absolutely. It has to be that kind of way. And I'm not talking about, like, pay me, even though if you need me to do some shit and you pay me, great. Like, that makes me more inclined to do it. I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying, like, develop yourself and be a positive person, so I'm interested in being around you. I'm saying whatever it is that you need to be doing with your life, you should be doing that by the time I get to you. If I can help and provide assistance, appreciate you, me and Pete. Straight up. If I can help and provide assistance, then I'm gonna do that. I'll be the best assistant ever. I'm the best alley-ooper, MVP, but I'm not gonna be the kind of person that is going to sit here and allow somebody else to sink my shit because I got a bleeding heart. The answer is no. We've all been there already. How many times have you done something nice for somebody and by the end of it you felt depleted? How fucked up is that? I remember one time I gave a homeless man some money on the highway, and the nigga took the money and he, like, I don't know what he did, but I felt pissed after that. I was like, it wasn't something surface level. It wasn't like, oh, that guy didn't say thank you. It wasn't that. It was like some gesture he did after I gave him the money irritated the shit out of me. I felt like I got played for some reason. Like, he took the money, he, like, I want to say, I don't know what he did. He smiled or he did something that, like, irked the shit out of me. And I was like, damn, this is so strange because I'm not supposed to feel nothing for giving to the homeless, but dog, I felt bad after giving the nigga the money. I felt like, not bad for him, I felt bad for myself. Like, I didn't feel shit before you needed this $5, $10, whatever I gave you. But whatever gesture he had did made me feel like he just played me for some reason. I was like, I just felt bad after that. I'm like, I'll never get that nigga no money again. I don't know what, I can't remember what he did. I wish I knew it verbatim, but I know he had did something that was like, it turned me way off. And he's like, that's what's gonna happen, dog. A lot of times, I can't say it's like, because that's still kind of surface level, you know what I'm saying? Like, the food, they don't want the water, they don't want any of that shit. You're trying to give them fruits, vegetables, they don't want none of that shit. I remember I gave a nigga some bread or something like that. I can't remember. Like, it was something. I was just trying to explain that feeling to someone. It's like you realize you've been had. Exactly, dog. It's like, I don't know how, but I feel like you just played me, dog. Like something in his face was like some slick shit. And I was like, I don't feel good right now. I was feeling nothing. I had no expectations for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not an ATM, you're a homeless person. I'm not it. But I felt worse afterwards. And the sad part is that same interaction happens with people that we know and people that we associate with, people that we hang out with. Like, they use you specifically. You offer. Exactly, dog. It was weird. But that's anybody and everybody who may come into your life and is only in there to take from you, bro. You're going to end up depleted because you're depositing into something that can't deposit back into you. You're giving into something that can't give back. And I'm not saying be a transactional person, because some people, they just really need that hookup. But how good does it feel when you do something nice for somebody and you know that person is going to do everything in their power to make the most of whatever you did for them? I just blocked my homie for that. Emotionally draining. Dog, this shit is vital. I had a convo with my business partner. By the end of that shit felt, I was leaning to the left. I'm like, why do I feel like I need to take a nap right now, bro? Like, what the fuck? Nigga trying to explain to me how we've been failing all these years at doing something. It's like, we've not been failing at making it into the music industry. We've been steadily growing and progressing over time. You know what I'm saying? If I'm walking down the street, I'm not failing at walking down the street because I'm not running down the street. Like, that only happens, that mentality only happens when you have this false preconceived notion of the timetable that you should have your success at. I should be successful by this point. And if I ain't successful by this point, then I'm a failure. Bro, you are itching to label yourself a failure. Do you know the most successful people in the world have been failures? They were failures first, and they continue to fail. This shit is not like some like exclusive shit to just you. Nah, bro. A lot of people go through the same shit. A lot of people have to fail before they succeed. You didn't just wake up and start running, my G. You had to fall first. We all have to fall first. I hate to break it to us, but the sad part is, like, we don't want to pay attention to that. We don't want to sit there and understand, like, yo, this shit is a process and it is going to take time. None of this shit is given to anybody, yo. We have to be fully comfortable with the process. And if, at any point in time that we're not fully comfortable with the process, we setting ourselves up for failure, man. Because this shit is not overnight. Life is never meant to be overnight. If this shit was supposed to be overnight, bro, I would have been born a grown fucking man, walking, talking, and doing what it is that I'm doing. If it was supposed to be overnight, no. Why was I born a baby? Why? Because the laws of the universe are universal laws. Everything got to grow. Everything starts in a seed. Every plant you ever seen was a seed. Every fruit you ever seen was a seed. Every vegetable you ever seen was a seed. Every tree, rainfall, all this shit was all a seed at one point. All this shit started small. Everything starts small, bro. So if you're looking at your small shit and you're like, I'm failing, you're doing yourself a great disservice. Don't buy into that bullshit. Don't buy into society thinking that you got to microwave success in order for you to be happy and successful and fulfilled. And don't buy into this comparison culture that we got right now on social media, where people got this habit of looking at somebody else's life, seeing what age they are, and comparing your life to theirs. You 30, oh, I should have this by 32. You got a house and kids and a life and a wife and a husband, and your Christmas look real good and your pictures look real good. I should have that stuff too. So you start trying to you're leaving your race to run someone else's race. You know what I'm saying? And the reality of the situation is you can never run their race. You can only do your best to duplicate it. And anytime you're trying to clone something, as we've already discussed a million times with the mule, anything that's fake cannot sustain itself. It will die. Once you stop looking at, that's why lying is bad. Once you stop looking at whatever fake shit you constructed your life to be, once you stop focusing on it, all that, it breaks, it falls apart, because it isn't real. Anything that's not real is not sustainable. Fake fruits and vegetables will deteriorate. If there's no human to keep making this fake shit, they're going to deteriorate. We're never going to see them again. Real fruits and vegetables are going to be here no matter what. That's the reality. Real organic apples and orange, that shit's going to be here no matter what. Them shits was here when we got to this planet. It's going to be here no matter what. A horse is going to be a horse. A donkey is going to be a donkey. You take a horse and you make a mate with a donkey, they create a mule. But a mule, when a mule is born, the unnatural offspring of a horse and a donkey, the mule, either a male version or female version, they're born with no reproductive organs. Mules have no reproductive organs. Why? Because they're unnatural creatures. Like, I don't know. We can't put reproductive organs in them, but they don't got it. They don't got the ability. They don't qualify for reproduction. because it wasn't necessarily supposed to exist. Anything that's not supposed to exist cannot multiply itself. Everything that's meant to exist multiplies itself. A man and a woman can have a baby forever. We can do this shit for eternity. We've been doing it for eternity. That shit's still gonna happen. Why? Because I got a seed and you got a garden. I got a seed and you got a garden. I have a seed and you got a garden. Two seeds can't make it. Two gardens can't make it. You know what I'm saying? I put two seeds together and put them bitches on my table. They're not gonna do shit. I put two gardens together and be like, y'all grow a tree. Them shits ain't gonna do shit. Like, nigga, we need a seed. You know what I'm saying? Like, real things just stay. They're sustainable. They will continue to happen. They continue to go. Fake shit breaks and it falls. So at any point in time you're trying to run somebody else's race, you got to understand that life you built is faulty. It's going to fall. It's going to break. It's going to corrode. The ceiling's going to fall on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a conversation about being real, but it is a conversation about taking care of yourself and making sure that you're applying your energy in the right places and the right spaces. You know what I'm saying? I could take a seed and plant it in a fertile garden. It will grow something beautiful. I could take that same seed, throw it off a fucking cliff. Now I have no seed. You know what I'm saying? I got no seeds. Why? Because I wasted it. You're not going to get your time back. So if you're chilling with these people that are depleting you, like bending your energy, unappreciative of the light that you bring in, the positivity that you bring in, the noise that you making to shake all the fucking ghosts and demons from around them, like if they are unaware of that or they unappreciative of that, bro, you got to move on. You got to move on and you got to reallocate your energy somewhere else. Because all you're doing is taking seeds and throwing them off a bridge. And you really should be planting them, dog. You can only plant a seed in fertile soil. I can only say something to somebody and they're going to clap or they're going to be like, hell yeah, if the shit made sense to them, if it germinates in their mind. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like, that's just what it is. Either the seed is bad or the soil is bad. But that's just what it is. Like, it's not going to be no other permutation of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, either the seed, if something is not fruitful for you, it's either because the seed is bad or the soil is bad. You know what I'm saying? One or the other. Either the message and the instruction that somebody gave you was faulty, or the message and the instructions was great and you're the faulty one. You are the soil. This shit I'm spitting right now is the seed. And everything that anybody spits to you is the seed. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could tell you, yo, do this and do that and get your credit right. You'll be like, you might not listen to them. Somebody might give me that information, like, do this, do that, get your credit right. I whipped that shit so quick, bruh. And I literally did that. I paid $49 for a credit course, and I don't even think that shit's available anymore. But I paid $49 for this credit course, but that shit took my credit from a 560 to a 775 in like 9 months. Crazy shit. Shit that like is just boss. And I love it. But at the same time, it's like, you have to understand this concept, man. I have to understand this concept. I'm blessed because for some reason, God keeps sending messages to me that come out my mouth. And whenever I say it, I be sitting, like I'm saying it to y'all, but I'm really not in control of this shit. In reality, I'm sitting down in the movie theater of my mind, watching this whole shit go down like, yeah, you talking some shit right now. You know what I'm saying? As I speak, I'm learning too, because I don't know where this shit comes from. You feel me? I appreciate you, Mina P. You the truth. This is the reality of the situation. Like, we don't always have the luxury channeling. Exactly. It's just, it be happening. And it's like, okay, cool. The same thing that's happening right now, the same thing that happens when I'm on stage. Like, I was so fucking scared to be on stage, bro. I was so scared, dog, because growing up, I was so scared to speak. Every time I opened my mouth, somebody made fun of me. Every time. It's like I couldn't get a fucking break. Every time I opened my mouth, somebody made fun of me. I read this book one time. I didn't even read the whole book. I read one page in it by Joyce Meyer. I can't remember what the book was. I wish I could tell it to you. But she said, when we're young, the devil builds strongholds in our minds to keep us from becoming who we was really meant to be. And I was like, what the fuck she saying? She's saying, bro, when you were small, the devil did shit to you specifically to keep you from being who you're supposed to be. So if you go back and you analyze your brain and you go back into the history of your mind, you'll be able to say, okay, what did life make me feel like was impossible for me? What did life make so hard for me I didn't want to do it? For me, it was speaking to people. I would either get beat up or made fun of, laughed at. Plus, I had really crooked teeth. And so I was scared to visually open my mouth. I was scared to sonically open my mouth because y'all was going to make fun of what I said. Like, I was scared of everything. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, the devil made me feel like I should not speak. The devil made me feel like I should not play basketball. Like I was telling my homie the other day, like I got trauma when it comes to the basketball court, because the basketball court was where shit was going down there all the time, so I stay away from it. Devil made me feel like I wasn't strong. Devil made me feel like I couldn't defend myself, like I couldn't fight. And these are all things that I'm realizing now, bro, I was designed for. I was designed to speak, obviously. I was designed to be a strong person. Lifting weights is what I fucking do. You know what I'm saying? I was designed to be good at basketball. Now I'm training myself to be good at basketball. I was designed to play the piano because every time I listen to music, I'll be doing this, like tapping to the beat, knowing damn well I don't know what to do with my fucking fingers because I didn't learn it. But I'm teaching myself now. When you're young, the devil builds strongholds in your mind to keep you from becoming who you was meant to be. I got that from Joyce Meyer. She dropped a bar, and that's an everlasting bar. It's a universal truth. If you go back into your childhood, you go back into your mind, you'll be able to see and you'll be able to notice, like, where was this motherfucker coming from me at? And personally for me, when I read that, I dug into my own mind. Like, the nigga made me feel like I couldn't speak. He shut me up, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. And that infuriated me. He also made me feel real weak. He had people beating me the fuck up every day. And I was getting beat up at school and getting beat up with my father. You feel me? Now if a nigga even think he gonna put his hands on me, I'm gonna lose my fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just explosive. You know? But I prefer that because I'm not gonna shrink for nobody ever again. That's them days is gone, boy. What else? Like, I couldn't be on the basketball court, knowing damn well that shit is for me. When I'm chilling, I just be doing this shit. And I'm like, damn, I have to catch myself like, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like doing all these little moves. I'm like, why am I doing this? It's like, yo, because your spirit was designed for it, so your body trying to bring it out, but your brain is stopping that. Your brain is saying, no, I don't do that. I don't do that thing. No. Your brain is telling your body to chill. But I'll be sitting, if I'm sitting here and I'm just like hitting these keys and doing this and doing that, like, there's a reason, bro. Like your body trying to speak to you, the universe trying to speak to you, man. Like, listen. That's why you gotta meditate too, bro. You meditate all the time. But like, you gotta tap in with your fucking self, but you'll be so surprised at the stories and the shit that starts unfolding inside of you. You're like, oh shit, I see what this was about. How did you regain confidence to speak? First off, I gained confidence to speak after I got comfortable beating people the fuck up. Like that helped me a lot. Like, cause I used to get beat up so much, and it convinced me that cause my father told me, my father said, do not fight. And those were his only instructions. Do not fight. I guess this nigga just naturally assumed that I knew the other sides of that. But nah, do not fight. So I was like, okay, I do not do this. So every time, but he didn't tell me to defend myself. So when motherfuckers was fighting me, I'm in a cage in my own mind. I'm like, no, I can't fight. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? And me telling myself I can't fight made me tell myself I can't fight. And so I'm sitting there getting my fucking ass whooped every day until I get over that shit. I was 12 years old when I started developing suicidal thoughts. No, man, I say this humbly and respectfully to anybody who got kids or to anybody who's ever been small before, which is all of us. Like, no 12-year-old should be having suicidal thoughts, but you're not even fucking 13. No 12-year-old, 11-year-old, 10-year-old should be living in the kind of environment where they're thinking about killing themselves. I just saw this Lil Wayne interview a little while ago. For those who know anything about Lil Wayne's story, when he was like 8 years old, he shot himself almost near his heart. And so he almost died as a kid. And he was saved by Uncle Bob. The guy broke down his door. Police officer, off-duty police officer, rushed in, broke down his door, saved Lil Wayne's life as a child. He could have died. He was supposed to die. He shot himself with his mom's gun near his heart. And he always said it was an accident. But in recent times, he came out and said, like, nah, bro, like, I didn't want to live. You know what I'm saying? And he was a child. This is a fucking 8-year-old. And he pretty much attempted suicide. And he just now, as a grown man, starting to unpack and release that. You know, and I believe him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's doing that shit for clickbait, because Lil Wayne has been an advanced kid since he was a kid. Like, that nigga was small saying big shit. Like, he was a fucking 14-year-old. He was a world star. Oh, I ain't know he did that on purpose. Yeah, look at that interview. I can't remember this football player nigga name, but the nigga who does these like podcasts, but he's like a football player with the shaved side. I don't know. I don't know what platform that is, but I always see it. And yeah, dog was like, yo, you know, I had to admit, he admitted it in the song. He was like, yo, it was on purpose. You feel me? It was like, you know, I didn't want to live. And it's like, damn, like, imagine what that 8-year-old saw. And New Orleans is lit, you know what I'm saying? But like, imagine what that 8-year-old saw to make him want to kill himself at 8, bro. Like, that's crazy. And I believe it, because remember, Lil Wayne was fucking, he was grown, he was small. This nigga was 14 saying shit that 30-year-olds still don't understand. So 8 years old, I believe this guy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not everybody, but nah, it wasn't Vlad. It was something. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that nigga name, but it wasn't Vlad TV though. But I said it to say, like, just to answer, it's always me's question, man. Like, I was feeling really weak, and I began coming to myself once, like, I got to the point where I was like, you know what, bro? I'm really hating myself, and I'm over this hating myself shit. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I have shed enough hot tears in the mirror. That's whenever I'm talking to somebody who's dealt with real shit, I'm like, yo, I could tell that you've done the work because I could see it in your eye. You ain't even got to say much to me. I know you shed them hot tears in the mirror. And when them shits is fucking hot and they're burning down your face and you're just looking at yourself in the mirror and you going through some shit, bro. Like, and no one can help you, and it's everything's a mess and your life is crazy and your peoples ain't got their shit together. Your sister ain't got their shit together. You ain't got no prospects for happiness and not like it's crazy. And I was like, you know what, bro, I came to the conclusion. I'm like, you know what, bro, I'm not gonna kill myself. If anybody's gonna die, it's gonna be these motherfuckers that's playing with me. It's gonna be y'all. Y'all gonna get it, not me. So that became my thing. And I was like, you know what? But I'm not gonna jump out the gym and school shooter. You know, I'm not gonna do that shit. However, I am gonna start fucking y'all niggas up. And that's just what started happening. Like, anytime somebody tried to play me after that, I gave them a nice warning. If they wasn't listening, I just start hitting niggas. Bum, 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 bum. And when I started fighting people outside in the street, it let me know two things. One, fighting was not that hard, not as hard as I made it seem. And then two, I was actually really good at it, bro. Like, I'm very happy with what I'm able to do in the area of defending myself and putting hands on people. Like my track record is pretty fucking decent. Like, I put my hands on a bunch of grown ass men, and like I'm a winner. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very happy about that shit. Last fight I had was at my cousin's wedding. You can see the scar. There's a scar right here. This shit is a scar. My whole eye was black, bruh. Nigga hit me and I didn't even know it was in a fight. I didn't even know nigga was mad at me, bruh. This nigga and some bitch trying to steal bottles from my cousin's wedding. Like, what kind of bum ass shit is that? Like, y'all at a wedding for y'all fucking friends, dog, and y'all steal, these people stealing alcohol from the wedding. I'm like, but I knew it too, because I was going to my real hood family wedding. Like, I know this side of my family is hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, my other side of my family, we hood, but we like street and like urban and we can move around. These motherfuckers is deep hood. So I knew this shit going into the wedding. I'm like, there's a good chance some shit gonna happen up in here. You feel me? Have you unpacked that you got a little feminine in you? Like, no funny shit. Feminine? That sounds like a slick, funny ass comment, but now, honestly, I don't feel feminine at all. But if there is any, I feel like I'm pretty in tune with my feminine side, actually, because I grew up in a house full of girls. So I feel like I know exactly what I am, and I know exactly what I'm not. And I'm comfortable expressing myself the way I express myself. Like, I ain't pressed about shit. I don't have any, like, I don't got any reservations about any of that shit. Like, I don't have any kind of internal issues when it comes to masculinity or femininity. I'm like, man, nah. I appreciate my upbringing because I was raised with girls, and I got a good understanding of what it is. But at the same time, I know what I am not, respectfully. And I would never even want to be a motherfucking girl. Like, that shit don't even seem fun from a mile away. Like, I feel for ladies, and I got love and respect for y'all. So I'm happy that somebody could do it. Cause I just can't. I don't sense no femininity nowhere. I don't know, man. That might be a fucking Jedi mind trick. Somebody trying to turn me into some shit. But yeah, just to answer the great overarching question, I ended up finding my voice. Because I don't sense none either, right? I thought it was just me. I don't sense none either. Yeah, I kind of get what they saying, yin and yang type stuff. I feel good in my place, man. Like, I don't feel like I'm too much this way, too much that way. I don't know. I like who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm very in tune. Me. I want to answer the rest of y'all. Okay, cool. Let's put a pin in this. I want to answer the rest of these questions. I'm answering tomorrow at 6:30. We're going to get back in it. I'm doing my best to call my shots and be live and available. For some reason, my homegirl just called me 2 times back to back, and she'll never call me, so I want to call her and make sure that I don't leave y'all on the wings. I don't know what this might be, but I'm going to tap off, and I'm going to jump back in here tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if that was some shady shit. I don't know. Y'all can tell I don't feel like I'm feminine. I have been told that I look like a WNBA player, though. You feel me? So that's what I have been fucking told. And I hated that shit. Like, I was like, fuck you mean? Like she had my girl flat iron my hair, and my shit was looking luxurious. And she was like, man, you like a WNBA player. What the fuck you mean? You mean an NBA player? She's like, they like a WNBA. And she showed me the girls you're talking about. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And she was right. So I'm like, I know I got soft features and shit, but I want to answer the rest of these questions tomorrow. And I'm with it. I'm going to see y'all later. Night, meaning P, I appreciate you. Night, it's always May, William Levant. Y'all make sure to have a good night. I'm going to tap in with y'all. I'll be back on here live tomorrow at 6:30. Y'all make sure to tap in with me. Follow me if you're not following me. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to hit y'all later, but I got to see what my homegirl need from me. I'm going to see y'all later. Peace.